Hey, what's good, grown folks? How y'all doing? I'm trying to get this camera situated right. How you doing in the afternoon, grown folk style? I'm here to touch bases, reach out. Man, this wind has been off the hook. I haven't even been able to get from under the covers good and get out to go to the store because I need this, need that. But it's been really, really windy, and I just wanted to do my afternoon check in. I have been put on some new meds, you guys, and they're trying it out for a week. Um, I don't know, it's kind of making me a little loopy, but I'm gonna give it a few days and see how it does, just to help me through the esophagus issues and stuff like that. But for the most part, your girl is alive and kicking, and I thank God every day. I thank God. And sometimes we can appear, let me put this up. We can appear to look a certain way and you know, but still are dealing with some things. So, although I wear it well, I'm definitely dealing with some things, trust me. So, on that note, I wanted to talk a little bit today about the value of friendships and relationships. And I think sometimes we get away from really being thankful and appreciating those who are in our circle as friends, or who are in our circle as lovers, or whatever you call it. But you have got to remember the value on that. Not everyone can say they have good friends, or not everyone has friends that have stayed in there through the long haul. Uh oh. Don't go nowhere, y'all. I done knocked it down. See what I did? See what I did? I haven't had a boo boo in a while, but I just did it. Um, so like I was saying, some will, they come around for a season. They come around for a season. Um, and there was a reason in that season, and then they're gone. And I mean, firsthand experience. You can have a friend you've been friends with for 30 some years, and you still have love for them. You miss them, you think about them, you have love for them, but for some reason you have just went separate courses from one another, and that really hurts. That stings, because you have a lot of memories, you have a lot of uh connections. That person is all up in here, and it's a mourning process you go through, and it's hard to get back what you have let fall by the wayside, per se, even though you still care for them. So we have got to start thinking in terms and living our life according to the value of our friendships and relationships. Some take for granted that they have that mate to come home to, or that relationship status person where whenever you call them, they're there. Whatever you need them for, they're there. And we take that for granted until they're gone. And lo and behold, not gone with their wings away from here, but just gone out of your life, period. And then that's when you start sitting back, reflecting, and realizing that, wow, I had a good one. I messed up. I had a cool situation. I messed up. And and it is what it is. And you have got to realize that before you get to the broken point. You have got to realize that. And I also wanted to touch on, I had a couple of people reach out to me. It was ironic because it was in the same day, different people. They don't even know each other, different walks of life. And they were talking about how they have family members that just fell off the radar. They don't hear from them. They don't talk to them. They haven't visited them. They're not reaching out in any kind of way. Who does what? And I'm not, this is family members who have not had funk. You just all of a sudden wonder what happened to such and such. I haven't heard from them. Wow. And then you come together when the families are together in regards to death or things of that nature. Somebody may get married, or you may decide to attend the wedding or something like that. But other than that, you don't. And what is up with that? Family is blood. Family is blood. And, you know, I remember the old school folks used to say, when you're looking at a lifetime mate, pay attention to how a man treats his mother. Pay attention to how the relationship with a woman is with her dad and her mom. Pay attention, because that will let you know how your relationship is going to be or turn out with them. Because 9 times out of 10, if a man, I'll speak in that category first. Um, as girls, we're taught, pay attention to how his relationship is with his mother and his children. So if you are um, interested in a man and you see that he just totally disrespects his mom, totally never have anything positive or great to say about his mom, and can care less if he ever sees his mom again, that's a red flag. That's a big red flag. Now, I know some who have had extreme abusive situations growing up with their parent, mother or father, and they still have this deep seated love in their heart for that parent. Because why? That's mama, and or that's daddy, or both. So unless it's something that is totally unforgivable, I mean, you may still have this love here but distance yourself somewhat. But when you watch how a person has their relationship with their mom or dad, pay attention, or their kids, pay attention. Because if you're going into a blended situation and you have children, okay? Perhaps you have children by someone else, and you're getting with this man or this woman, because there's a lot of single dads out there too, um, that's raising their kids. So if you have your children and you get with someone and they are ugly towards their own kids, or they very seldom spend time or talk to their own kids, the relationship they're going to have with yours is probably not going to be great either, because that's not their seed, that's not their blood. Now, you get with somebody loving them, and you also accept the fact that they have children and you love them too. But there is a difference. And if anyone feels differently, please let me hear it. But I believe there is a difference, as far as biological love and step parenting love. You should love those kids just as if they are your own when you came into that blended family way. But sometimes that's difficult if that person does not have a unique relationship with their own kids, or if that person is jealous or resentful that you have kids, you have a baby daddy or a baby mama, that you guys get along great and you have these children, and perhaps this person you're with can't have kids. That happens where a woman gets with a man and he has his baby mama and kids, but she can't have any kids anymore for whatever reason. She may have went through some situations being young and had to have some things removed, and she can't have any babies anymore. She can adopt, or she can take in your children as hers, but she can't have her own. So there may be a little inside enviness about that, or sadness. And same thing, a man could be in a situation where he can't have children anymore. Perhaps he had his thing snipped, or perhaps he had prostate issues, whatever the situation, he can't have babies anymore, and you have like 3 or 4 of them by somebody else. So it depends on the maturity of the person and that type of thing. But back to the topic at hand, the value of friendships and relationships. We have got to be thankful that we are in a position, for those of you who have very unique, loving relationships with someone. And I was talking to somebody the other day. about relationships, and because relationships go on all different spectrums, all different sides of a coin. You know, you could have a friendship relationship, a work relationship. You could have a relationship with someone that you spend a lot of time with and have fun with, and you guys have this bomb connection. And you can have an intimate type of relationship. You know, some have just the intimate type of relationships, and they get with these people or person just to satisfy their physical. And you both have agreed that being being down and comfortable with each other is the way to go. And when one or the other decides to move on to greener pastures, as they may see it, then you let that other person know, and you stop doing what you're doing. And we talked about that a little bit on the show on Monday. Um, you know, how when you're interested in someone, and as a man, and you're pursuing this woman, or the woman has identified that, I kind of like him, I'm gonna try to get to know him, boom boom boom. But you meet when you meet, I just want to go into this briefly. When you meet and you are single, okay, let's go there with that. You meet this person. And when you meet them, however you meet them, out at the gas station, at Home Depot, at the movies, at a party, at the bar, however, you meet this person, and there seems to be a connection. And you start keeping in touch with them. You haven't did a lot together, but you're getting to know the character of that person. It's like, I'm kind of digging them. But you're still single. So being still on that single status, probably perhaps when you met them, you had another friend, maybe two. You were dating because you're trying to find your niche. You're trying to find the right one for you. You're trying to find the one that complements you as a person and that's right for you. So, dating is the process of doing that. That's why you end up, it's not necessarily you're dating a whole lot of different people just because you a hoe, just because you're a hoe. Okay, no, that's not, it don't mean you're a hoe. You're just at a single stage in your life where you're seeing different people, going out on dates to see what works for you. And then eventually, what happens is when you start really liking or realizing that the person that one of the persons that you are seeing, that, hey, I think they may be worth me kind of laying some stuff down, so you'll start weaning off. But only when you're in a relationship status can anyone hold you accountable. That doesn't mean that necessarily you have to go and give a blueprint report about, well, I slept with Nancy last week, and I slept with Judy 3 days later, and I slept with uh Hillary 5 days later, and now I want to sleep with you because I want to see what's going on. I'm not saying you don't need to. You're single, so your business is your business. Now you want to hope that if that person is into you, that they're into you to a degree that their focus is totally into you, and they're not trying to sleep with different people, um to bring that about, to bring something different. They're just, they're into you. And some people, it depends on what page you're on and how you get down. Some people just prefer to focus on one at a time. um the point I had made, me personally, I don't get down with wanting to sleep with more than one at a time. So if I'm going out on a date with you, getting to know you, and I'm still single, and I may go out on a date with somebody else because I'm still on the market. So until I'm in an exclusive relationship with you, why take myself off the market? No, I'm still on the market until we come to terms mutually that this is what we're going to do. Because another point that was made, one person can be totally ready. They may have been single for the past 15 years. That's a long time, but They may have been single for, let's say, the past, I don't know, year. Okay. So they are nothing but ready right now for a relationship. They've had time to air out, they've had time to self identify, they have had time to really get their little thoughts together, right? And they meet someone that seemed to have some interest in wanting to get to know them, but that person could have just came out of something last week, but you happen to meet. Okay, so realistically, the person who came out of something last week is probably not going to be ready to go right into a new relationship all over again. They need to work some things out and work some things out with their emotions because they're still emotionally attached to that other person. So sometimes it's best to just woosah. But of course, when you meet and greet people, you're single now. You know, a lot of people don't feel like I should just close myself off to the world. That could have been your husband or your next wife or whatever, and you closing the door. It don't mean that. What it means is that you need to communicate with the person that emotionally you're trying to get some things in order. You like them, you like to go out sometime and see what they do, but you're not really ready to take anything further at this time. And that could change. That could change in 3 months. It could change in 6 months. But if a person is really digging you, gigging you, they're going to respect and give you the time to get yourself together. And as long as you're showing interest in them, they just may hold on, especially a mature man or woman. But then there's those who are into people for their own self gain and wrong reasons, especially those who are trying to rush marriage, who are trying to rush relationships. Um, they may see a ticket in you. They may see a status come up in you. They may see things that make them want to say, I better hurry up and grab that because they can do da da da. Or by the way, their credit score is 800. Mine is 5. So shit, I want a house. So come on, let's get married. You know, that kind of thing. So you have those that are trying to rush things quickly for their own personal gain. But if someone is deeply and terribly into you, they're going to take their time and they're going to respect what page you're on. Now, if a person is not showing you interest, only lightweight, and they trying to be player, because trust me, it's some players at 50, it's some players at 60, it's even some players at 70, okay? But they trying to be player, and they trying to have, 4, 5 women, are they still looking? And you're just a space saver, or vice versa. Some women have men as space savers. I like clapping with you. I'm comfortable with you. Um, we cool like that, but you're just a space saver because I know that I can't have anything more with you. Our thing is just what it is. And it would surprise the hell out of you if it went anything else, right? So, what they do is they just sit up and they keep the space saver there, and they go on and just string it on and on and on and on and on until that person comes along that they're looking for. Person comes along that they're looking for, and boom, your history. Bye. It's been 8, 9 years. It's been wonderful, but I found that one, and they go bye bye. But that's only cool if both of you guys were in agreement of wanting things that way. And that's why it's important to communicate. But if a person is trying to be player and stringing you on, and perhaps they was trying to make you think that you were in a relationship, and they even got jealous about things at times, but you're really not, that's not fair because they are mind effing you, I would want to say. And it is, karma is a mother. You just don't do people like that. Be clear. Let a person know what page you're on in the beginning of your situation. And then, if that changes and they're still around, let them know that your mindset has changed. They may or may not, because I know a couple that one of them wanted to get married, the other one didn't. 4 years later, this one now wanted to get married, the other one didn't. And they just kept doing that until you got to about 15 years, and it's like, okay, so we both getting old, what we gonna do? What's up? You ready? You ready? We ready at the same time now? You know, I have seen that occur. So you want to just put value on your relationships, on your family ties. It makes absolutely no sense to be a close knit family and only come together when there's tragedy, and things of that nature. Reach out to your family. Even if you just send them a direct message, I mean, text something. Hey, how you doing? Love you, thought about you. Everything good. Because you never know what people are going through. Don't take for granted that that go-to that you have is going to be, excuse me for the phone ringing, you guys. Yeah, I have one of those. I have it because I was supposed to hook up my fax machine, and I still ain't did it yet. But and I have a landline. I'm just all over the place today. I had a landline because that was something my mother was notorious about. May she rest in heaven. She wanted her landline. She would talk on her landline phone before picking up a cell phone. She couldn't stand them cell phones. So so I've just had it. It's bundled in my little package, and I just keep it. But who has a landline? Not too many people do, huh? That's off topic, y'all. So yeah, so we gotta keep the value in there as far as our friendships and relationships, and don't take for granted that that person is just going to be stringing along until you decide that you don't want to deal with them no more. Because they may one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna think you got it all locked up and sold in, and they gonna be having a trick for you. It's gonna be like, I've been doing this long enough, and I'm tired of it. I done met somebody really interesting, and I think I'm gonna take a chance on that because I've been taking a chance on you for a long time now, and it ain't going nowhere. It's stuck like a Mack truck, just stuck. And so people get tired. We get older. We go through seasons. I know I just had a birthday. Shoot, on the 13th, not long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at that, 10 days, something like that, 10, 12 days ago. So, you start reflecting on what's more important. You start reflecting on when God blesses you with another year birthday. You start reflecting on your blessings. You start reflecting on your health. You start reflecting on what's important to you in life. What do you value? Where are you going? Where do you want to go? um I even had a thought about being in a relationship, and if that person was extremely stressing me out, making my heart rate do flips and stuff like that at this stage in my life, I don't think I can deal with you, because I know that every day is not going to be peaches and cream. I know that you're going to have differences. You're going to have, your little situation. But all that knock down, hollering, screaming, fussing, calling you names, kiss my butt, do this, that, in your face, spitting all that. Look, boy, bye. I ain't got time for that. We need to sit down like two mature adults and talk about what we need to talk about and try to fix it if it's fixable. And if it ain't fixable, then we need to decide what else we're gonna do. For real. Cause I don't want to go through that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I'm not saying I'm gonna always be right. And I'm not saying you gonna always be wrong. But when we are right and wrong, or when we don't agree, let's learn to disagree agreeably. And now what? What we gonna do? Because I may feel a different kind of way about something you trying to do or say, and that's okay. That's okay. But what we gonna do? Okay. And that's where I'm at. So you start reflecting on your health, you start reflecting on your mindset. I don't want negative energy. I don't want negative people in my circle. I don't need negative conversation. I don't need gossipy people. I don't need people that's trying to stir up stuff. I don't need haters. I don't need folks that's just not downright supporting you and what you do, because I definitely try to support others. So um you start reflecting on those things. So the relationships that you have with people, like I said, no matter how small you may think they are or whatever, value that. Reach out and touch, stay in touch, you know, do little things they least expected. Let them know that you care. And family, you know, stay in touch and in the circle of one another, not just when someone passes, not just when, you know, it's something to gain, but just because you thought about that person in love and in deed. So I hope that this talk today has helped someone. I am Donna Smith, your hostess with the mostest. If you'd like to email me, please do so at dgrier12,000 at yahoo.com. I answer my emails timely. I'll get back with you. I'm here. I try to make it daily, but usually every other day. If I can't do it every day, I'm here talking about something. And I hope that something that I've talked about has touched you in a way where it gave you something to think about. It gave you a conversation piece to want to share. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell so that you will be notified when I come out with certain topics. I talk about what's on the heart in the moment. It is not scripted, it is not rehearsed, it is not laid down in different segments and all that. No, it's from here. And that's what you get from me. And I want to know you, let you know you are appreciated. And I want you guys to keep doing what you do. Stay positive, and most of all, stay grown. Okay? And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.